All right, so welcome to the Step Up Challenge. My name is Zanele Ndlovu and I am the course director. I am the CEO of Shifting Lives, and I am here to give you this 5-day Step Up Challenge to help you guys explore the kind of life that you can live based on the abilities that you discover for your own life, that you discover that you have the ones that God has given you, the potentials that God has instilled inside of you. So this 5-day Step Up Challenge is just the first foundation step for a self-discovery. It's something that should help you expand your knowledge of self. It should help you expand your abilities. It should actually enlighten you to say, oh, but I have more than what I think I have in order to live the kind of life that I want to live. In fact, for you to design the kind of life that you want to live. So the 5 days challenge is going to help equip you as a basic step for you to get to the life that you want to live. All right. Most of the things that are going to be on this challenge are going to need you to do the work. So you have to commit to doing the work, because outside of that, all I can do is to usher you to the information, is to answer you to the way that can help you design the life that you want to live. But I cannot design the life for you. I cannot do the work for you. You have to put in the work, you have to put in the effort so that you know what exactly it is that you are able to do in your own life. You know exactly what you are able to discover about yourself. You'll know how to make use of the things that you know about you. So it is a work that has to be done by you, and I hope that you are committed to this journey so that you can reap the rewards of the fruits of this challenge. All right, so I'm going to open my challenge with a scripture in Ecclesiastes 11, verse 4, and it says, if you wait until the wind and the weather are just right, you will never sow anything and harvest anything. So basically what the scripture is saying is that we always make the excuse that, oh, okay, I don't have money now, I won't do anything. I don't have the resources, I won't do anything. And because of that, you are always waiting until you have enough money. You are always waiting until you have enough resources or you have enough connections to start doing something. And when you do that, when you say those things, you are literally not going to be able to start anything, because there's never going to be enough money, there's never going to be enough resources, there's never going to be enough time for you to do all the things that you want to do. So the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The next best time to plant a tree is today. Everything has to happen with what you have today, in the way that you can do it with whatever resource that you have to start doing something today for the next 5 years of your life. All right. So with that said, what I need you to understand with the 5-day Step Up Challenge is that this is the basic, this is the foundation step, this is the development step for you to get to that day of actually sowing. This is the day that you're saying, I'm sowing my life, I'm sowing a seed into my life. I'm sowing a seed to say, I want to change the next 5 and 10 years of my life. If you would look back now and think 5 years ago, did you ever imagine that 5 years later, you'd be where you are now? Did you ever imagine that 10 years ago, or 10 years later, this is where you're going to be? So much of where we are today, we did not design. So much of what we are doing today, we did not plan. And because we did not design and plan, we are just floating and going where life takes us. But now we are going to fix that. We are going to sow a seed that changes the way we want our 5 years and 10 years to be from today. All right. Are we good?
Ew.
All right. I'm glad. All right. So like I said, it is a guide to your personal development. It is going to help equip you to discover the gifts that you have, the abilities that you have. Okay. It is going to actually, enlighten you to the power of ability that is inside of you. It is nowhere else. You are not going to be going around knocking at people's doors asking for abilities or anything like that. It is literally going to be everything that you have, everything that is in you, everything that you are capable of. And this is what the challenge is going to help you design. It's going to help you get to that that area of knowing what is it that I can do and what is it that I am good at. Okay. At the end of this challenge, you will be able to understand the passion. You will understand what is your passion, what is your potential, and you will be able to understand purpose. Most of the time, people, they actually confuse purpose with potential or passion. They think whatever they're passionate about, then it's their purpose, but that's not how it works. Just because you have a potential on doing something does not mean it is necessarily part of your purpose. Okay, so you'll be able to distinguish that. You'll be able to understand each of this potential, purpose, and passion, how it works in order to design the life that you want. You will recognize your abilities that can help you succeed, the abilities that will help you succeed. All of our abilities have the potential to help us succeed. But at the end of this challenge, you will be able to actually cone down the ones that you know very well. If I start pursuing these ones, if I start developing these ones, then my chances of actually changing my life are higher. Okay, so you'll be able to actually develop, recognize those potentials. You'll be able to also expand your knowledge of self. Just because you discovered a few potentials about yourself does not necessarily mean that that's all there is. We serve a God that can do exceedingly abundantly. So which means there's always a potential that is hidden that can only be unlocked by an activity of another potential. The more you act on your potentials, the more it unlocks more potentials in your life. All right. Okay, so I was at what is the 5 days, 5-day step up challenge. I was supposed to do this as I spoke, but it is a starting guide to your personal development. Sorry guys about that. So what is your take home from this? It is a clarity on passion, potential, and purpose. You will be able to know the abilities that will help you succeed. And then your self-discovery journey begins with this challenge, all right? Okay. Also, what this challenge will do, it will help you ask the right questions. I almost left this one out. This is very important. Most of the time we go through things and we ask questions like, why is this happening to me? What have I done that to deserve this? But the truth is, you have to ask the right questions. There's actually a scripture that I wanted to share with you. I almost forgot this part now, and it's very, very important. In John 12, verse 27, the Bible says, "Now my heart is troubled, and what shall I say? Shall I say, Father, do not let this hour come upon me? But that is why I came, so that I might go through this hour of suffering." So what basically Jesus is saying is that it's easy to complain and say, Lord, I don't want this to happen to me. I don't want to go through with this. But he then recalls and remembers, there is a reason and a purpose that I am here. I have come that I may redeem. I have come that I may be the bridge for people to get to God. He had come so that we can have communion with God again. So in this moment, in this hour of his life, he was ready to I don't really want to go through this. But then he remembered that there is a purpose upon his life. There's a reason why he came to earth. There's a reason why he's at this hour. And if he lets this hour go, then he is not going to pursue the life that God has called him to. He's not going to do the thing that God has called him to do. So for us to be able to prosper in this life, we have to learn to ask the right questions. We have to learn to, when we speak to God based on, what is it, God, that you are teaching me about this? What are you teaching me about this situation? Ask the right question. What do I have that can become a source of income and help me succeed? What is this situation teaching me about myself? What is it birthing from me that can help better equip the person that I'm becoming? Who am I becoming in this journey? Those are the questions that we need to ask. When Jesus remembered that it is for this reason that I have come, it was a statement that said, regardless of how I get to the end, the fact is I have come for a purpose, and I need to design my life to get to that purpose. I need to step forward for the sake of my purpose. So we also have to live with that consciousness that we are here on earth for a reason and a purpose. And whatever God has set us to do, we should not don't live life as if everything just happens for you. Nothing just happens. Everything happens to equip you. Everything happens to qualify you. Everything happens so that you can gain knowledge about something, about yourself, about who you are becoming. Okay. So we have to learn to ask the right questions. Who am I becoming? What do I have that can become a source of making my life better? And basically what this challenge is going to do is going to help you get to that understanding of what exactly it is that you have. All right. And then again, I said we are going to speak in understanding passion, potential, and purpose. All right. So we are going to get to our understanding of purpose. So sorry, my back is itching. Are we still good, guys? You can unmute. Are you okay?
Yes, we are good. We are following you.
You're following. I'm glad you're following. Just want to see. All right. Okay. All right. So now we are coming to we are coming to understand what passion is, what potential is, and what purpose is. Okay. So firstly, we are going to look at passion just for the sake of our class today. Who can tell me what passion is? What do you think passion is? Anyone, any answer, anything that you think passion is. When you think of passion, what is it that you are thinking? What is passion? Anyone, guys, anyone? All right, I'll go first. Okay. So passion is a very strong desire or a feeling or liking of doing something. That desire, it is that fuel that you get when you are doing something. It is how easy things are for you. When you do something and you don't even look at time, like you lose track of time because of how much you love doing that thing. That is something you are passionate about. When everything is just flowing so naturally and you are really in the moment, nothing, it's like the whole world stands still and it is just you and that thing. That is passion. That is passion. It is when everything else just, it's like it doesn't exist. It's just you and what you are doing right now. It is that feeling of excitement. It is, you're not even frustrated. You can do this thing over and over and over again, and you will not get frustrated. You will not get tired. You will not have consciousness of time. You are just in the moment. It is that strong desire when you do something. That is passion. That strong desire, that feeling, that thing that tells you, that is passion. The ease of doing things, it fuels you. When you do something like nothing, you could just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. That's how it is. That is what passion is. Okay. Now we come to potential. What is potential? Potential is our abilities. It is the things that we possess that help us succeed. I always like this last part about defining potential, because it is not just abilities that we possess, but it is abilities that help us succeed. We possess them in order to help us succeed. All right. It sprouts from a place of identity. So your potential is something that is really in you. It is something that cannot be taken away. It is something that, it speaks of you. When they say who can build a certain house or a castle, there's that person that just has that potential where it just stands out. Your name just comes into room you have no idea of, because of the potential that you have and the ability that you have. It sticks out of you. Whatever that you do, when you do it with that natural ability that just, it defines you. Because this is just you. This is just your ability. We can all have the same ability, but in the way that we do it and design it, based also on the passion that we have for that ability, it will always be different. It will always be a trademark for you. It will always be a signature mark for you, and it will be your identity. That's how you are going to be known. That's how you are going to develop yourself based on that. It is the ability that helps you to succeed. It's yours. It's yours. It cannot be taken away from you. And then we come to purpose. What is purpose? Purpose is the reason something is done or created or for which something exists. Okay, so anything that has a reason for being, anything that has a reason for existence, anything that has a reason, it has purpose. Your presence on earth has purpose. Where the job that you do, the work that you do has purpose. Where you are in your family, you have a purpose. For your existence, there's always a purpose. That is a purpose. So a purpose fills a need. Wherever that you are feeling a need in your purpose. So every time you have to think of your purpose, you have to think of what am I feeling in this life? What need is there that needs to be filled? Then you know whenever you do that thing and you know there's actually you are feeling a need, then you know you're in your purpose. That's what purpose is. It fills a need. There are two most important days in a person's life. It is the day you were born and the day you discover why you were born. Those are the two most important, not the day you qualify or the day you get married or no. The first day is the day you were born. And the second one, it is the day you discover why you were born. So basically, the day you will discover your purpose, that day is the most important day of your life. All right. Are we still okay? Okay. So now we have to understand out of these three things. Like I said earlier in my introduction, that most people, they confuse passion, they confuse potential, and they confuse purpose. When in fact, your potential, your passion, it is not your potential or your purpose. And I think by now we should have an understanding that passion is not a potential and it is not a purpose. So anything that you are passionate about, it's not your purpose. It's not your purpose. Passion is just the energy, the fuel. It is just the way you express that thing that you have a potential of doing. It is how you express the way that you do or the way that you live in your purpose. It's not that just because you have a purpose, a passion in maybe, let's say you have a passion in drawing, it doesn't mean now your purpose is to be an artist or because you have a passion in that, so you have to become an artist. No, you will still have to go through the journey of discovering your purpose. Why do I have this passion and why do I have this potential and how is it linked to my purpose? What exactly is my purpose and how is it linked to my potential, to my passion? Okay. And then potential is not your passion and your purpose. What you are able to do is not your purpose. It is not your why. It is the what you are able to do. It is an ability. It is something that you possess. It is a gift that God has given you, but it is not what you are supposed to be doing. It does not fill a need. It just helps you accomplish to filling a need. It becomes the vehicle that you use to get to your purpose. Okay. So potential is your ability. It is what you possess that help you succeed, that help you feel a need. Then finally, purpose. We said purpose is not our passion and it is not our potential. So purpose, it is the reason for doing something, the reason you are born, and the reason why you do what you want to do. If you want to help the poor, why do you want to help the poor? If you want to be in the church choir, why do you want to be in the church choir? Your purpose is your why. In everything that you do, why am I giving this cause? Because I want to see people developed. I want to see people expanded in their self-knowledge. I want to see people become better through the gifts that God has given them to succeed. It is my why am I doing this cause? Why am I motivating? Why am I coaching? I want to see people develop to be better than their circumstances. So my purpose is my why. So even when things get tough, I always remember my why. I always remember, and my why is fueled by my passion. My why is fueled by my passion. The more I do this, the more I'm driven, the more I feel energetic, the more I feel alive. It is my comfortable place. It is the position where I'm most alive when I know I am actually feeling a need. I'm feeling somebody's need of becoming better. I'm feeling somebody's need of needing an identity within themselves. So that for me is my need, is my purpose and fueled by my passion to equip. My potential in that and how I equip is through my ability to speak. Does that make sense? My ability to speak is what makes it the vehicle that I use in expressing the purpose that I have to feel. Does that make sense, guys?
A lot of sense.
Good. So always know that your passion is just the energy with which you do something. It's just the way that you express the things that you do. And then your potential is the ability that you have in doing the things that God has called you to have. It's the things that God has given you that you can use. Okay, it's the things that God has given you that you can use to do what, to feel the need, to live out a purposeful life, to design the kind of life that you want. Every person works according to their abilities in order for them to succeed. The more you expand your abilities, the more you develop your abilities, the more you grow your abilities, the better life gets for you, because you will never get stuck. You will have enough to fall on, you will have enough to do, you will have enough to redesign yourself, and you will constantly be on the move, because once you've discovered that one level of yourself, you will know there's another level that I still have not yet attained. There's always an ability you have not yet recognized. So the more you grow your abilities, the more you discover them, the more you develop them, the easier life gets for you to be able to navigate life and different stages and levels of your development. All right. So now we are getting to our task for the night. All right. This is our task. This is going to be the end of our day 1 of the Step Up Challenge. And I want you to write down the things you are passionate about. The things you are passionate. Just think of the things that really fuel you up. The things that really, when you do them, you can just do them over and over and over and over and over, and you will not get tired of doing them. Write them down. Do not limit yourself. Do not look at how you are able to do them, those things, or were you able to do those things, or will you ever get to do those things. Just identify those things. Get them down. Do them. Know them. Reveal them to yourself. I am passionate about this. I am passionate about talking. I am passionate about singing. Whatever that you are passionate about, just write that down. Okay. And then what are the concerns of life that touch your heart? When you see something happening in this life, what happens to you? What is the one or two things? There's your gender-based violence. There's, there's sex abduction, there's human trafficking. There are so many things that are happening in this life that touches your heart. What are those things? What are the matters of this life that concern? I know there are so many of them, and they all should concern us. However, there'll be that one that you truly identify with, the one that if I can just have enough money, if I can just have enough resources, if I can just have enough connections, I would form this organization that will look at this, whether it's violence against Black children, or whether it's whatever that it is. It could be, it could be sex trafficking, it could be escorting, it could be anything that you feel, if I can have enough resources to change this part of life, I would do that. Write down those things that concern life, that touch your heart, the things that happen for life. All right. Please, who's joining us, to please switch off your microphone. All right. All right, so that is our task for the day. And then the third thing is, where do you connect the most? Where are you the most happiest? For me, I'm the most happiest when I'm on stage, when I'm talking to people, when I'm in front of a crowd, when I'm encouraging, when I'm like any place where I'm in a group meeting and I'm able to express what God has given me. For me, that's my comfortable place. So I need you to check, what is your most comfortable place? Where are you most happiest? What is it that you are happy doing? The thing that brings that that energy, that liveness in you. Where do you connect with yourself the most? Also think about that and write that down. Remember, this is all about you. And guys, I want those tasks. Please send me an email with this homework, okay? Send me an email with the answers. Tomorrow we have our next class, our next session. Please, I want to receive this homework by the beginning of the next session. Okay, so I want to see that you are actually doing the work. You might not get everything done now or today or here, but I want you to expand your knowledge and write as much as you can remember about yourself and the things that you are passionate about. Write them down. Write them down. Okay, the Bible says make the vision plain. Write it down. So write down what you know about yourself. Write down what the concerns of life that touch your heart. Write those things down. And I want, you can email or you can WhatsApp me. You can send me a message, a DM, okay? Whatever that the mode of communication that I have with you, you can always send me those tasks, but please, I do want to see those tasks so that I know you are actually doing the work. We are putting on the work, okay? Are we putting the work? Are we putting in the work? Are we putting in the work, guys? Nelly, you've just joined us. Yes, I will. I am recording the session, and you'll be able to get the replay. You'll be able to get the replay. You'll be able to catch up. All right. All right, guys. So this is the end of our first day. We have looked at passion. We've looked at potential. We have looked at purpose. Okay. Remember, those things are different. Yes, yet they work together. Okay, they work together for you to build the kind of life that you want to live. So each of them, they need you to be more alert. They need you to be more conscious of them and more intentional with them. All right. So I am going to stop sharing my screen now. All right. Are we good, guys?
Yes, we do.
All right. Okay, so this is the end of our meeting, guys. I really hope that you guys put in the work so that you can see the fruit of designing the life that you want to live. So I definitely want to see that homework tomorrow. Please do send it to me. I will remind you of that homework. Okay. So that is it for tonight. And I hope it was as good as I have enjoyed it. Like I said, this is for me, it is a passion. I can do this until morning, but that does not allow us. Time doesn't allow us. So thank you so much for being here. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys on WhatsApp and the group meeting for the rest of you. All right. All right. Ciao, guys.